two unions I belong to. One of them is the IWW, the other is the Musicians Union. And we were honoring Joe Hill on the 100th anniversary of his execution. And the IWW set up a tour, all four legs of the tour, all through the country last year. In July, I was honored to be singing with Charlie King and Magpie. And we went from Washington, D.C. all the way up into Boston and Vermont and upstate New York and New York City. And then in November, I produced the West Coast leg, 10 concerts on the West Coast with Chris Chandler and David Rovics. And we had a wonderful time. And I just saw David last week. He came up to Ithaca at the end of his tour. We did a concert for the Fight for 15, right? The Fight for $15, which I heard today. They passed it, right?
Yes!
A couple of years in California, it's going to take about 5 years or 6 years to implement. They're going to graduate the increases, but you know, it's the perfect example of working locally, right? Think globally, work locally. The Republicans haven't raised the minimum wage in something like 7 years now, right? It's $7.25 an hour. Who can live on that, right?
Nickel.
Yeah, so what you do is you fight state by state and you raise it just like I'll never forget telling my friends this story. The first time I toured Australia 6 years ago, New York had just become the 6th state in the country to allow marriage rights for everyone. Right? That was 6 years ago. Last January when I was in Australia, a year ago, I told everybody how I was proud to be in one of the 37 states that now allowed marriage rights for all. And then in June, the Supreme Court, of course, made it legal for everybody. So you see how progress works, right? It does take time, but it happens, right? So we were honoring Joe Hill last year, and it was really great. I just put out a new album. I'm going to sing you a couple more songs from that project. Now this ain't a Joe Hill song, but it was inspired by Joe Hill, because if you remember Joe Hill, he was the first of the political songwriters, really, in our nation's history. And he opened the door, or at least he started the ball rolling for people like Woody Guthrie and Pete Seeger, Leadbelly, right? Odetta, Joan Baez, Bob Dylan, Arlo Guthrie, Billy Bragg, Bruce Goldberg. The list goes on and on. Aretha Franklin, right? Well, this great song comes from a woman written in 1931, a woman named Florence Reese. She was a mine worker down in Harlan County. And these are the days when they still lynched union organizers, or at least beat them up and tarred and feathered them, right? She got word that they were coming to get her husband that night, so he cleared out of town, Sam Reese. When the thugs came to her door, she tried to stop him from coming in. She said, "He got word you're coming." He cleared out, but they broke down the door anyway. They smashed up all the furniture, looked under the beds, looked in the closets to make sure Sam wasn't hiding there in the house. And then when they got done and they left, basically telling her, "You tell him we'll be back." In her anger and in her rage, she grabbed the page off the calendar on the wall, tore it off, and wrote this song. "Come on, you good workers, good news to you I'll tell, how the good old Union has come in here to dwell. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on?" My daddy was a miner, now he's in Arizona. He'll sit with the Union till every battle's won. Sing with me. Which side are you on? 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 They say in Harlan County, there are no neutrals there. Don't need to be a Union man or don't J.H. Blair. Which side are you on? Which side are